I never imagined my life would fall apart like this. I'm not here for judgment. I know I deserve every ounce of what's happening. I just need to get this off my chest before I suffocate under the weight of it all. I, 34F, have been married to my husband, 33M, for 10 years. In the beginning, everything was perfect. We were happy, in love, inseparable. But slowly things began to shift. About 3 years ago, our intimacy dwindled until it was practically non-existent. I felt invisible, unwanted. We argued about it constantly, but nothing changed. Then, in a moment of weakness, I did something I can never take back. I slept with a coworker. At first, it was just about feeling wanted again, about being desired in a way I hadn't felt in years. But one mistake turned into two, then into something more. The affair lasted nearly 2 years, and somewhere along the way, it became emotional. Then I got pregnant. I knew there was a chance my husband wasn't the father. I should have come clean then, but fear won out. I told myself I was protecting him. That as long as I ended the affair, it wouldn't matter. That I could fix it. So I cut ties with my coworker. At least, that's what I told myself. In reality, I let him see our son in secret while my husband was at work. The guilt gnawed at me, but I kept burying it deeper and deeper. And then something unexpected happened. Once our son was born, my husband changed. He became himself again, the man I had fallen in love with. He showered me with affection, told me I was the best thing that ever happened to him. He adored our son. He told me he had never been happier. But I wasn't happy. I was terrified. Every time my phone rang, I panicked. Every time my husband mentioned the future, I felt sick. I knew it was only a matter of time before the truth caught up to me. I thought I could outrun it, but secrets like mine don't stay buried forever. And then the day came. It started so subtly that I almost missed it. My husband grew quieter, more distant. I'd catch him watching me, studying me, like I was a stranger. He was still kind, still loving, but something was off. I didn't know it yet, but he already knew. Apparently, my son's biological father had let something slip. Someone overheard. Someone who decided my husband needed to know the truth. They sent him a Facebook message. But my husband didn't confront me right away. Instead, he hired a private investigator. For weeks, he pretended nothing had changed, all while gathering proof. Proof that included photos of my son's biological father hugging him, coming to my house, being in our child's life in a way that my husband had never suspected. And then one night he confronted me. I will never forget the look on his face as I finally confessed. I watched him shatter in real time. The man who had loved our son unconditionally now knew the truth, that the child he cherished wasn't his. He walked out, and my world collapsed. A few days later, divorce papers arrived. I barely had time to process it before the consequences started piling up. My husband's sister, who had always been kind to me, made sure everyone knew what I had done. Suddenly, I was a pariah. Friends who had once supported me ghosted me overnight. Even my own family didn't know how to look me in the eye. Some blamed me outright. Others just stayed silent. And the whispers started. At the grocery store. At the coffee shop. In the halls of places that once felt safe. That's her. The cheater. The liar. I tried to ignore it, but every look burned into me. Meanwhile, my husband moved on like I had never existed. He found a new place almost immediately. Any communication was strictly through his lawyer. Then the final, crushing blow. I saw him with someone new. At the park. The same park where we used to take our son. He looked happy. Lighter. Like he had erased me from his life without a second thought. And me? I was left alone in the ruins of the life I destroyed. I lost my husband. I lost the stability I had taken for granted. I lost any hope of a future with the man I once loved. Even my son's real father wants nothing to do with me. He got what he wanted, his secret meetings, and now he's gone. He never wanted a family. He just wanted control. Now, I sit in an empty house that used to be filled with love and laughter, and I don't know where to go from here. I keep telling myself, if I could just talk to my husband, maybe he'd listen. Maybe we could fix this. Maybe this could just be a hiccup in our marriage instead of the thing that destroyed us. But deep down, I think I already know the answer. I lost everything, and I have no one to blame but myself. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. It really helps the channel grow. Thanks for listening to Hidden Thread Teller. See you in the next one.